God for the haters.
But the reason I asked that question, why can't they just emulate what the NBA is doing? Because, well, I mean, we just went through some examples of the Miami Heat doing what they did, ripping Trayvon Martin, Adam Silver dealing with the Donald Sterling situation, the NBA having already legislated that you're supposed to stand for the national anthem. I'm just trying to understand something, because yes, there's white ownership in the NBA, and I get it. You know, Michael Jordan's the only black that owns a franchise. There's a lot more African American coaches. The NBA seems to cater more towards, you know, causes that affect the African American community.
More African Americans.
And more African American players, you mean?
Yeah. More African Americans
than the NFL?
Yeah. By percentage?
Percentage? I want to know what the percentages are.
By percentage?
Because they're both high.
Well, they're obviously both high.
Yeah.
But let's be clear. The offensive line is white in the NFL.
This is a fact.
For the most part.
Which makes up what? Makes up about what?
half.
20% of your starting offense and defense?
5 out of 11 is almost.
Well, I was counting offense and defense.
Okay. Yeah. Kickers.
Okay.
You got one black kicker, maybe?
Yeah.
One black
King.
punter, maybe?
Yeah, King.
So all them white
kickers, punters, long snappers,
all those
linemen.
bum ass receivers that don't really get a whole bunch of play outside of like Jordy Nelson and Adam Thielen.
Yep.
All I have to say is that name me a white star in the NBA. Name me one.
A white star.
A white star in the NBA. Name me one.
Well, I mean, the first name that pops up is Gordon Hayward.
And that's only because we were just talking. That's only because we were just talking about him.
Well, okay, but you said name one white star.
Right.
He's the guy.
Let me do you something better.
He's the guy.
Name me 5.
Okay, stars. Yeah. You got it. So it comes down to star power.
No, it simply comes down to.
Well, no, I mean, it comes down to it in the sense that in comparison to the stars in the NBA. Predominantly African American superstars in the NBA versus mostly white Caucasian quarterbacks.
The most important
who the NFL is trying to push the quarterback position as being the important position.
Well, it is. Let's not.
Sure,
it is.
Sure.
Yeah.
But how many there's not a lot of African American starting black quarterbacks.
My point is that percentage-wise, there are more black players in the NBA than there is in the NFL.
Well, by how much?
I would say, if I'm guessing, the last time I heard this stat, 88% of the NBA was black. Mm-hmm. I would go to say that maybe 75% of the NFL is black.
Okay, so you're talking a 5% difference.
No, I'm talking about like a 13% difference.
You said
88. Last time I checked, when the whole Donald Sterling shit was
88.
going on, 88%.
Oh, I thought you said 80. My bad.
No, 88% was black last time that happened.
Okay.
And then I would guess, my guess, is that about 75% of the NFL is black.
Because I would say if the difference in percentage is not that far off,
13% is big.
Then
I mean, hell, 5% is big.
Well, because there's a lot of players in both leagues, but I would venture to go along with your point that the stars in the NBA are black, the stars in the NFL
are mixed. Yeah,
I would go with that theory more so than the population of blacks in both sports.
I mean, I think my question is the proof in the pudding. You can name 5 white stars in the NFL off the top of your dome. Wouldn't be a.
Agree.
Wouldn't even be a. You can name 10 white.
J.J. Watt is one. He's not even a quarterback.
You could. You could name off. I mean, without even having to think twice about it, you could name 10 white stars in the NFL.
Sure.
In the NBA, you'd struggle with 5.
Oh yeah.
You struggle with 5.
You struggle with 2.
Really?
you struggle with 2, man.
Same OG, nigga. Thank God for the haters, though. for the haters. Thank God for the haters, though.